Now, we're going to talk about the Star Wars trailer a little bit later, the trailer in and of itself. However, much like what Disney did with Endgame, where they put out the final trailer, of course, we're still going to get 5 or 6 television spots, I assume, here before it's all said and done. But as they put out the final trailer, it, of course, coincided with the tickets going on sale. Tickets on sale now. And since I was watching the football game in downtown Burbank, right across the street from where the AMC Burbank 16 was, I just went, walked over. 6 tickets, please. Here you go. No problem. I still had people, even after all the fiasco they went through with the Endgame thing, they were still having website ticket purchasing crashes. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't have happened. They should have been prepared for it. But anyway, I had no problem because everybody, a bunch of you guys gave me this advice when Endgame tickets went on sale and just said to me, you know what, Campea, I just walked over to the theater and got it. So I took your advice and I did it and it went flawlessly. So thank you for that. But tickets went on sale. And now I have been saying for a long time that Star Wars Episode 9 will not beat the Endgame opening weekend record. I don't even think it's going to get close. It's going to be huge. It's going to be very big, but it ain't going to beat Endgame's record. And for the record, I still hold by that. However, an interesting statistic came out shortly after. Adam Tickets put out this statistic last night that's being reported now, is that in the first hour of ticket sales that they went online, and we remember how everything went bad and they happened again yesterday, but Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker has actually outsold Avengers Endgame tickets for the first hour of pre-sales by nearly 50%. That's a significant number. By nearly 50%, it outsold the tickets sold for Avengers Endgame in the first hour. Now that's great. And we'll talk about how great that is in just a second. But I do want to remind everybody of a couple of things. Number one, I've been saying this for the last couple of years. Advanced ticket sales records are great. And they're a feather in your cap, and they're good to talk about, and they are a little bit of an indicator. But that said, you also got to keep in mind that we are living in the film fandom world in a cultural shift, that people are more and more moving towards buying their tickets online in advance. Today, more people buy their tickets in advance than they did a month ago. A month ago, they bought more tickets in advance than they did 6 months before that. 5 months from now, I got to say probably 30% more people are going to be buying their tickets in advance online regularly than going to the theater to buy their tickets. It's a growing exponentially kind of thing. So while I have said for the last couple of years, don't get, it's good to talk about, they're good indicators and they're certainly positive, but don't get too excited by advanced pre-sale tickets just because it's more and more people are buying them. Okay, so I don't mean to be a wet blanket on the news. I'm just saying you got to keep that in mind. That said, though, Rob, it is still a good thing. If you're Star Wars, that's a good thing to hear, because you don't want to be in a growing demographic and find out you fell short. And by the way, even if Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker sold 50% less first hour tickets than Avengers Endgame, that still would have been a magnificent number. So to come in at 50% more than they did, that says something. That's great. But we just can't get too carried away with it anytime these sorts of records get broken. Interesting note, though, here, Rob, that the top 5 all-time biggest advanced ticket sales in their first hour of being on release films are all either Star Wars films or Marvel films. All the top 5 are Star Wars or Marvel. Disney wins. So anyway, there's that. Anyway, Rob, you see these numbers and statistics. How do these hit you?
Well, look, you were talking about this a year ago about how the sales of online tickets is proliferating. I think back, when Endgame tickets, well, not a year ago, but when Endgame tickets went on sale, we were talking about the same thing, how it's become the norm. And not only that, it's also being promoted. Get your tickets as soon as the trailer drops. I mean, we all know, at least in LA, that isn't true. The tickets go on sale before the trailer actually drops, and you have to be watching. And I literally had an army of people as soon as they were available at the Chinese or at the ArcLight, the Cinerama Dome, where I had like text after text after text. They're on sale, and I jumped on my app and I got tickets for both the Dome and the Chinese. So now I can make a choice, and I've got force tickets to perhaps give away to others. But it was to be expected. And I think it's not, we have more people buying pre-sale tickets now than even bought them for Endgame. And for a movie like this, everybody, look, you got to go opening weekend. Better you go opening night. If you're a Star Wars fan, you want to feed off that energy. There's nothing better than going to see a big event movie like an Avengers Endgame or Rise of Skywalker in a theater with fans the first night it opens. There's nothing better than that. The cheers, the audible, hopefully there'll be surprising things. People will be like, hearing a theater full of 1,000 people going, is great. So
I'm going to disagree with you with one thing. When you said it's to be expected, I didn't expect it. And I'm optimistic for how well Star Wars is going to do, but I was not expecting it to exceed that. Even with the proliferation of the number of people, I still didn't expect it. I got to say, this still surprises me a little bit.
Well, they have been promoting, they made a big, people online have been talking about this for weeks now, and so it was really well promoted. I think we're going to see it, I don't know what the next movie is, I could see Wonder Woman tickets doing this kind of business.
Yep, I completely agree. I think that and a number of other. One interesting thing, though, I was literally at the box office 30 seconds after the tickets became available. And I was at the AMC Burbank 16. All three of the theaters that I wanted to see this in. Now, granted, I will probably see it before opening night anyway, but still, I love opening night. All three of the theaters in the AMC Burbank 16 that I wanted to see it in order of preference, were already gone.
Wow.
The Dolby was gone, the Prime was gone, the IMAX was gone. So I ended up having to get in a regular theater in the AMC Burbank 16. Boo-hoo, first world problems.
Slumming it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm under the unwashed dredges. Yeah, I mean, so there was that. But I'm happy to get the tickets, and I'm happy to see it's doing well.
You go to the premieres, don't you?
Yeah, normally.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll go this year, but even if not that, then I'm sure I'll go to a press screening or something like that. Like I'm sure I will see it before opening night. But I love opening night. I always get tickets for opening night for these movies anyway.
Chris,
I love the energy of it, the people there, the audience. It's just, whether it's a Marvel movie or a DC movie or a Star Wars movie, I just love that energy.
Did you rock those tickets? Did you get tickets?
No, I was live on camera when they went on sale, and I could have been like my co-host Whitney, who queued up the Taylor Swift tickets when those came online, and she just bought them while we were filming. But I was a good professional, and so I've missed the boat. But I'm gonna try to get them today.
Yeah,
we'll see.
And the same thing's going to happen what they did with Endgame, right? Mm-hmm. They have certain amount of theaters that we're going to show Endgame, and as all those sold out, they added more theaters.
Yeah.
And then they added more theaters. So I'm sure, honestly, if you're somebody who wants to get your tickets for Star Wars for the opening weekend, I have very little doubt over the next week or two, you're going to be able to do it. Mm-hmm. Just like I was I was able to see Endgame 3 times opening weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they keep adding theaters. So I'm sure you're going to be able to do that as well. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Question here is, guys, what do you think about it? Do you think I'm downplaying it a little much, saying, hey, guys, remember, more and more people are getting these tickets, so don't get too carried away about this record number, because this record's going to be broken again in the next little, maybe even, as Rob was saying, by Wonder Woman. Do you think I'm underplaying that? Do you think I'm overplaying? What do you guys think about it? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. All right.